Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my cerebral lights. It's me, the Cerebral Diva. And we're going to title this video 10 Things I Hate About Online Dating. So it's Friday, it's the weekend, everybody's getting dressed to go out. And for those of us who are single, who may not be going out on a Friday night, I'm not saying that that's me, but just in case it was. And shout out to all those girls who are single, who are staying home tonight. Don't feel bad. Just wait for the right guy. So if you are home tonight, hang out with me for a little bit. And let's go over 10 things that I hate about online dating. Now, when I create these, and let me say this too. It may be 12 things I hate about online dating by the time I'm done. It may be 2, it may be 4. I don't know, because I speak from a very visceral place and a very organic place. So I don't take notes. I don't have numbers. I'm going to give it to you guys as it comes to me. So numerically, I don't know where I'm going to wind up, but the goal is to get to 10. So I'll let you guys keep a tally for me. So I'm single. Am I single? I don't know if I'm single. It's a complicated situation. But I have done online dating in the past. And I've had some favorable and some not so favorable experiences in online dating. But I think when I was doing online dating, it's a completely different animal from what it is today. Way back when, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I don't know, it still had an element of humanity to it. Now, to me, online dating seems about instant gratification. People aren't really interested in getting to know you. And not only are they not interested in getting to know you, but I'm going to I'm going to make a note, because I want to talk about this when if you hear that scratching noise, it's me making a note. Excuse me. Okay, so the whole concept of online dating has been sort of turned into this microculture where people want what they want instantaneously. And that's one of the things that drives me crazy, and that's what makes me have an aversion to it in today's day and age. It's just completely uncivilized. It's just like a bunch of animals, a bunch of rabid animals who are looking to hook up. And so if you're not a person who's really wanting to be sexualized in that way, then chances are you're going to bump your head quite a few times in online dating using Tinder, Plenty of Fish. What else is out there? I'm trying to think. Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Tagged, I believe, is another one. Black People Meet, even Christian Mingle, and some of the more quote unquote reputable websites people can sort of bastardize those as well. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right into this list. Okay, so probably one of the primary things that drives me crazy about online dating is that when you create an online profile and you write this description about who you are, what you're looking for, and someone who's the complete and total opposite of everything that you said you wanted sends you a message. Okay. Did you not read? Can you not read? Why are you wasting my time? I wrote a description of what I'm looking for a reason, because I wanted to filter through the muck and mire and get specifically to what I want. I told you that I didn't want someone who smoked cigarettes, and here you are sending me a note with a profile and you have a Newport in your hand. Why are you messaging me? I told you I wasn't interested in gang members, and here you are with a bandana and holding up an assault rifle, and you think that that's sexy to me. I'm not interested in that. Why are you sending me a message? Here I am telling you that I'm looking for someone who's intelligent and goal-oriented, and you're blowing clouds with one hand and holding up a bottle of Henny with the other hand. Why are you sending me a message? This is not who I'm interested in. This is not what I'm looking for. And why do I have to tell you that? So I hate when people online don't read profiles. Profiles are there for a reason. Profiles are your friends. Please use them. They are a wealth of information, people. Read profiles. So that's one of the things that drives me crazy. Number 2, the second thing that drives me crazy about online dating is the obsession that men have with pictures. Men are fanatical about pictures. It's like they can't get enough. And one of the things that turns me off about this whole picture thing is that it's a novelty for men, because if you get into a relationship with a guy, he no longer wants your pictures. They only want their pictures when you're sort of fresh and new. But if you get into a relationship, suddenly if you send them a picture, you get no response, no, oh, that's nice. You hear absolutely no reply whatsoever. So if I've taken the time to create a profile, if I've taken the time to put pictures in my profile for you to view, if you've sent me a message based on those pictures, why are you asking me for more pictures? What is the point? You see what I look like. I see what you look like. And then they'll say something like, oh, I just want to make sure you're not catfishing me. And that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. Because if I stole one picture, I could steal 1,000 pictures. You know, that's if you want to make sure that I'm a catfish, not a catfish, excuse me, you have the choice of either video chatting or you can meet me in person. Now, my preference is the second, that we meet for coffee or do something in person, because sometimes while video and pictures can be helpful, you really don't get a true sense of who a person is or their energy or their physique or their build until you meet them in person. So I definitely prefer, let's meet for coffee, let's go for a walk, let's, do something that's in a safe space. So that's another thing. The obsession with pictures drives me bananas. Stop it. Stop asking for pictures. And then to piggyback off of that, number 3, let's say you meet someone, you guys have exchanged messages and you graduate to a phone call. And this is going to be a 2-parter. So this is going to be 3 and 4. I hate when a guy asks you for your phone number online and then they start texting you. Listen, if all you were going to do is text me, we could have stayed on the friggin' app. You could have sent me messages there. If you have my phone number, call me. Let's have an actual conversation. Let's see if we have a rapport that's worthy of us moving forward. Because chances are, if you can't speak well, if you're not eloquent, if you're not articulate, I'm definitely not going to be interested in you. So why are you hiding behind text messages? And not only that, if you don't feel comfortable speaking with me by phone, then that's going to be awkward for me because, I'm a grown woman and I have grown woman expectations, and a grown woman wants a man who calls her periodically. I get it's 2017 and a lot of people do send text messages, and I'm cool with sending text messages sometimes, but it's not a replacement for calling. I want, you have to find a balance between calling and texting. Don't just text me. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4. If I give you my phone number, I'm not giving you my phone number as a means for you to solicit pictures. Don't send me a text message as soon as you get my phone number saying, can you send me some pictures? No, I'm not sending you a damn thing. First of all, I do not want to be amongst the thousands of other women that you have in your phone. All the women that you show to your homeboys. Look at this one. Ooh, she's bad. Ooh, she's bad. Look at that one. Look at that one. I don't want to be that. I don't care about you telling me that you're saving it to your contacts. First of all, don't save me to your contacts because I don't want, let me graduate to being saved to your contacts. So you don't need a picture of me. You've seen my picture online. I've seen your picture online. I don't want my picture in everyone's phone. And I don't need a picture of you either, because whether or not you make it into a contact is contingent upon whether or not we're consistently in contact with each other. Because have you ever gone through your phone? I remember one year I went through my phone and I had probably about the number of about 40 different guys. I'm like, who's Marcus? Who's Jerome? Who's Todd? Who's Jamal? Who's Marquise? Like all of these different people that I've been in contact with from online dating, but I had no clue who they were because they really didn't make an indelible impression upon me. So why are they being saved to my contacts? So if I meet someone new when I'm online dating, I don't save them as a contact. You have to graduate to being saved as a contact. Number 5. Okay, once again, this is going to be a picture one. Don't send me pictures of you with the expectation that I have to return pictures back to you. I did not ask you for pictures. You sent those pictures to me unsolicited. And don't think that because you sent them to me that we're going to start this whole picture exchange thing. Oh my gosh. I know that Like I said, I hate to keep going back to this being 2017 in the 21st century in the information age. I get all of that. But none of that is a replacement, in my opinion, for human contact. I think that in 2017, a lot of us need to get back to the basics and actually spending quality time. I don't want to send pictures back and forth. I don't want to send text messages back and forth. If I'm trying to get to know someone, I need to do that in real time and in person. Okay, so that was number 5, I think. All right, so I'm doing pretty good, I think. I'm counting them up so far. Number 6. One of the things that drives me crazy about online dating, and I realize every time you speak to a new person, they have no idea who you are. They have no idea what your likes and dislikes are. And so I hate having to go through the whole sort of social protocol, where are you from? How long have you been here? And that's just me sort of just being a cynic, I guess, because I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with people asking that. It's just the redundancy of it over time just starts to wear at you, or wear at me in particular. So number 5 is I hate the redundancy of having to constantly tell people what your hobbies are, what kind of music you listen to, what you enjoy doing in your free time, what's the last movie you saw, where you hang out. Like it's like, dude, I've just told this to about 12 different people online today. I'm tired of having that conversation. Give me something fresh. All right, number 6. Number 6, this is probably one that drives me up a wall. I hate when guys online, and ladies, chime in, please leave your comments below, because I really want to know if I'm the only one who's had this experience. This is what guys online do. They say hello, you respond back, you say hi back. They say, what are you up to? They say not much, you say not much or whatever. Then they say, who do you live with? And then you're like, I never tell a guy I live alone, but I'm just saying, hypothetically, for purposes of this conversation, let's say you say I live alone. Then they say, oh, well, what part of town? Oh, I live on the south side of Chicago. Oh, okay. So now, as a woman, you already know where this conversation is going. This man is basically trying to feel you out to see whether or not you live in an environment that is conducive to him coming over to try to do what he wants to do. And so very often when a guy asks, this is usually my reply. A guy will say to me, where do you live? And I'll say, why? Are you sending flowers? Because if you're not sending flowers, then why do you need to know where I live? Why is that of any relevance to you? We're going to meet at Starbucks. So just worry about that. You're not coming to my house. Ladies, I'm telling you this too. If you are online dating and you're letting these men come to your house, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. This is how you wind up being an episode on the First 48. Stop letting these men come into your houses. Not only is it dangerous, but it's hard. You make it hard for other grown women, because then they put this expectation that other grown women are going to be down for the same games, and other grown women are not. And force these men to take you on a real date. This whole Netflix and chill stuff, that's for the birds. Make a man work for it. That's the only way he's really going to appreciate what you bring to the table. So that particular thing drives me crazy. When men ask me, where do I live? What part of town? Who do I live with? Negro, you're not coming to my house. So all of that information is superfluous. Don't worry about that. Worry about getting to Starbucks, because that's where we're going to meet. All right. So what number was that? Number 6 or number 7? I told you guys I was going to lose track. So let's say that was, we're going to say that was number 7, even though I'm almost positive it was number 6. Number 7, I hate men who don't have their itch together in their online dating. Oh, I just lost my car. Oh, I just had an accident, so I don't have a car. I always tell men this, because these men are bold. They'll ask you to pick them up. I always tell a man, if I pick you up, I'm going to put you right back down. I don't have time for a man who doesn't have a car. And look, okay, it's 2017. There's that famous line once again. Fine, you don't have a car. I get it. Not everyone has a car. Just don't ask me for a ride. If you want to see me, if you want to spend some quality time with me, it is your job to get to where I am. So I'm not picking you up. I don't drive part-time for Uber. That's not what I'm about. Any man who's trying to be interested in spending time with me, stand up on your own 2 feet. I am not going to be a support system for you. That's something that you have to earn. And I think that that's the reason why a lot of these men are so weak in 2017, is because women are allowing them to lean on them. Make these men stand up on their own. Stop picking them up. Stop giving them the keys to your car after meeting them for a week. No, I'm not doing it. If you don't have a car, if you don't have a job, dating should not be high on your list of priorities. Get yourself together first and then worry about dating. So, yeah, that drives me crazy. That number 7 is like men with no cars combined with men who just don't have their act together. You know, it's like, to piggyback off of the previous number 6, you know, asking to come to my house. Well, you don't have a house? How come you need to come to my house? What's wrong with your space? Because see, that to me is a sign of a cheating man. When he's trying to come into your space but keep his space private and separate from you, that tells me that he's trying to play in a space that's safe for him. Now, he doesn't give a damn about compromising your privacy. He doesn't give a damn about compromising your space. But he wants to make sure that his stuff remains pristine. Don't be dumb enough to allow him to do that. If he wants to step into your space, you make sure you step into his. Okay, so another thing that drives me crazy about guys. This famous line, and I'm pretty sure any and every woman who's ever done, so this is number 8, I believe. Any woman who's ever done online dating has probably heard the world famous line, "I'm bored." Well, do a puzzle, mother fluffer. I mean, play Uno, pull out a video game, watch a movie, run around the block, right? Look for a job. You don't have a car, you don't have a place to stay. Do something productive. Why are you bored? You know, and we all know that bored is a precursor to opening up a conversation for you to say, well, why are you bored? Let's do something together. Now, if you're naive to feed into that because either you want to be naive or you just happen to be that naive, don't be that naive. If a man is telling you he's bored, what he's really saying is, I have nothing to do. Are you down to hook up? That's really what he's asking you in a sort of subversive way. So be smart enough to see through that and not fall for the okie doke unless you happen to be in that mood. Now, if you're that type of girl who wants to go for it just because that's what you're in the mood for, look, this is a judgment-free zone. I have no right to judge you. You have no right to judge me. So look, go for what you know. So that's number 8. The I'm bored line drives me crazy. Okay, so number 9 is, let's say you've met a guy, you've exchanged phone numbers, and you don't know him very well. And he called you once and, you know, you guys just sort of fell off. And then all of a sudden you sleep at home and it's 2 a.m. in the morning. And here comes Joe Schmo, Joe Blow, you know, Randy Random calling you at 2 a.m. asking you, what are you doing? Excuse me? I can't tell you what I'm doing, but I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do. And that's press the end button. How dare you call me at 2 a.m. in the morning asking me what I'm doing, as if I don't know what the purpose of this phone call is. Show some respect. Have some dignity, you know, in terms of how you treat women. You don't call me at 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't even know you from a can of paint. And you're asking me what I'm doing at 2 a.m. as if I'm going to have this open door policy. Like, oh, I'm not doing anything. See, one thing that drives me crazy is that men online have a tendency to objectify women. And I'm going to go back for a second to talking about this whole picture thing. I've had conversation after conversation where I ask guys, what is the obsession that men have with pictures? And, you know, they sort of throw up this whole anthropological argument. You know, men are visual creatures. Men are visual creatures. Men are visual. Men are visual. Men are visual. Ladies, if you've heard that, please comment below. And then I say to them, okay, well, anthropologically speaking, women are usually provided for by men. Now, men want you to evolve and be sort of this modern day woman who is independent and, and takes care of herself. But when it's convenient for them, they can sort of revert back to their Cro-Magnon ways and say, and use the caveman argument, so to speak. No, because by nature, if we're talking about anthropology, then I should be looking for a man who's a great provider. I should be asking you, like, if you're asking me for pictures, I should be asking you for your FICO score. I should be asking you for your portfolio. I should be asking you for your 401k. I should be asking you for your pay stubs. I mean, I should be doing a full-on sort of pre-credit qualification before I date you, because I want to make sure financially you're in a position to take care of me, because that's what women want. So, I tell men all the time, men are aesthetic gold diggers, but they're critical of women who are financial gold diggers. The whole reason that you want to see pictures is because you want to know, do I pass the would I fuck her test? That's why you want more pictures of me. And I know you would, so I'm not the least bit concerned about that. But what I'm not going to do is play into that game, because I'm not a woman whose worth is based in what she looks like physically. I am a complete and total woman. And so in order to attract me, you need to see me completely and totally, and not just pick and choose the parts of me that you feel like you want to play with. Okay? So, all right. So I'm going to step off that soapbox because I can go off on that tangent for a while, you guys. And the video is already like 22 minutes long. So let me stop there really quick. And I'm going to do number 10, then I'm going to close this out. Number 10 is just, some men are just they're so comfortable in their vulgarity. This one guy sent me a message on there, and that's number 10. Just the brashness, the crudeness of online dating is number 10. This guy sent me a message this one time, right? He says to me, not hello, not how are you, not how's your day. I kid you not. I think I may have a screenshot of it on my phone. I'm going to look and see if I can find it. The very first message he sent to me was, do you swallow? Take that in for a second. Not hi, not hello, not how's your day, how are things going? The very first message was, do you swallow? Now, I'm not a prostitute by any stretch of the imagination, but I certainly went into hoe mode. And I said, why, yes, I do swallow. I swallow $100 bills. And so, I'm not, I don't have to pay for sex. I don't have, okay, well then, I certainly don't have to give sex away for free. But if you're going to disrespect me and treat me like a hoe, then I'm going to demand that you compensate me like a hoe. When you come to me like a gentleman, then I'll behave like a lady. Now, I'm going to be a lady at all times because that's who I am. But what I'm hoping that I'm doing in this moment is turning on a light bulb and making you understand that this is not how you talk to women. Do you swallow? You have a mom, maybe a sister, maybe a daughter, who knows, aunts. Do you want men walking up to your mother and asking her, does she swallow? Who does that? Who does that? So, as you can probably see, I've had some very daunting experience, some dubious experience, with online dating. And even though I've had some really negative experiences with online dating, I have had some positive ones as well. And so maybe I'll come back and do a second video and or companion video of some sort and talk about the positive experiences that I've had with online dating. But anyway, if you're out there and you're online dating, ladies, protect yourselves, be smart, keep these strange men out of your houses, quit giving them the keys to your cars, stop sending pictures. That's another thing about the pictures. Like when guys ask me for my Instagram or Facebook online dating. Listen, I don't have a personal Facebook. I don't have a personal Instagram. And if I did have one, it would be reserved for friends and family. I'm not letting a complete and total stranger onto you know, sort of my life, because that would be a part of my real life. So I don't want you in that part, that deep into my life, because I don't know you that well. So anyhow, you guys, we're 25 minutes in, so I'm going to close the video out here. As always, remember to follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Cerebral Diva on all platforms. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you choose. And always, in closing, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day.